Everybody else.
Carol, when it hits 6, I want you to give me that. Okay, can you do that? That way we know for sure nobody's going to.
Here we go.
Okay, we are going to convene the meeting. This is a special meeting for the Economic Development Corporation. It's going to be held on today, May 19th, 2026. It's 6 p.m. We do have a quorum. All board members are present, with the exception of Mr. Nelson, Ray Nelson. Other than that, we're all here. So we're going to call the meeting to order. First thing let's do is just pledge allegiance to our flags, and then we'll I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, we are going to open up the floor for citizen comments. Comments will be received from the public on matters within the jurisdiction of the city of Montgomery, Texas. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Persons wishing to participate, they must sign in to participate. We have 2 participants today, this evening. So please note the discussions, if any, are subjects for which the public notice has not been given. These are statements that are limited to specific factual responses and recitation of existing policies. So with that, let's go ahead and move to our first speaker, Miss Lisa. Where are you? There you are. Okay, Lisa, how do you pronounce your last name?
Kupfer.
Kupfer.
I know there's
okay.
2 ERs, but it's just Kupfer.
Kupfer. Okay, I was doing Kupfer.
All right.
Okay. All right, Ms. Kupfer, you're up.
All right, so I just wanted to talk about the downtown improvement project or plan. It all looks wonderful. My husband and I had a chance to go look at the sign that you put up with the map on it and everything. But I have 2 concerns, and it has to do with the area where the Liberty Tree is gonna be in that park, like setting right there. So first concern to me would be like the parking that you have there when you turn off of 149. I noticed there's a street and parking that's going to go between the Liberty Tree and the museum.
Yes.
And to me, visually, it would look so much prettier and more park-like if we could eliminate that street and those parkings and just have more green area going all the way to the museum, because then you would have from, I think it's Caroline, all the way to 105, basically would be the historical, is it the Garrett House that's going to move there, and then the other historical buildings, and then the Liberty Tree with all that in the park. And I noticed also you're grassing over the part of McGowan in front of the schoolhouse. So then you would have one large park, and if people want to take pictures when they're facing towards the museum, it would just be beautiful. But otherwise, without the cars there. Yeah. Exactly. And then, so my second concern is the actual traffic flow and congestion because of that street. People going south on 149 would have to be making a left turn off of 149 to get onto that street. And it could potentially cause congestion if someone's backing out of a parking spot or there's a line of cars waiting to park, then you're going to end up with congestion on 149.
That's definitely a valid point.
Yeah. Because as you know already, there's congestion from time to time there. If someone's going north on 149 to turn left across the lane into the gas station and things like that, it kind of
It's not easy to turn left anywhere up and down 149 because
no,
it's center lane.
Right. Yeah. So if we looked at the map right, you would still have, is it Butler Street, where people would still be able to come over to McGowan?
Right.
So that way, and then of course Caroline Street, which would be 2-way, I think.
Caroline runs in, is it McCown or McCown.
Caroline will be one way, but Caroline,
Yeah, Caroline is east, so I don't think you can get in from Caroline, but you can definitely from McCown.
but off of 149, I was thinking,
That's,
no, you can't, you won't be able to turn left onto Caroline and then left on McGowan?
Yeah, you could make a circle that way, yeah.
Okay, so you would still have that option and then the Butler option to get to those parking spots that are out there. And I think I counted 5 or 6 parking spots that would go away if y'all like my idea or whatever.
Do you have a reason for that street parking? Just added parking.
Why are we putting parking there?
And it's a
Because we're
street.
putting the star and all of that, so we want to have parking so people can actually visit the.
Yeah, there's parking on McCowan behind the museum.
Just the museum
Look
parking.
at it again, maybe it's something we can talk about next time.
It's just a museum parking, it's like 4 spots, 3 spots.
Could have sworn we had more parking on the cow, but.
There still is some parking behind the museum.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so you're really just giving up, well, the street, which is, the street and the parking right there. Plus, to me, making the park look more beautiful without having the cars behind there between the tree and the museum.
Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 5 parking spots, I believe.
You aren't supposed to
So,
respond.
oh, sorry.
Actually, say that next one.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
For your input.
Good notice, Gary.
Okay, we also have. Is that gonna come back on the agenda? The design itself? Yeah, I mean, we're early right now. Yeah, that's good. This is why we're getting feedback right now. We need to hear from you. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've made notes and we'll definitely make note on that and talk it over with the engineers. I'm not 100% sure why we had the parking there. I think it was just the initial.
Yeah, and the street. I mean, it's the parking and it's the street.
It's not a street, it's a parking lot.
Oh, but you still have to turn into it.
Yeah, but you're right, you have to turn into it, that's correct. Is that it for you, Ms. She's fine, we're good? Okay, so Cheryl, would you like to come on this box? Everybody say happy birthday, Cheryl. Happy birthday,
Cheryl.
Thank you. I appreciate
Just
that.
turned 60, looking great, good.
Lord have mercy. I agree with what she said. What I was really coming by for was about the South Lot. And I had actually, Kimberly was so sweet, she did me some different drawings and stuff. Is that when y'all do talk to the landscape architect, is that I think that hopefully that y'all could have someone come in, local residents or whatever, about some of the things we'd like, because I would like to see this in 15 years where we don't have to irrigate it at all. And there's a lot of, Zach's not here, but I talked to him about it, but there's a lot of towns here in Texas, like Fresno, Plano, McKinney, they plant things, they water for about a year, and then they never water again. And that would be things like Turk's Cap, and I know ain't nobody liking no crepe myrtle trees, but if you plant them right, they're okay. And Vitex would be really great along that whole north side of that, because it would be such a nice framing of that. And then, of course, the biggest thing is some type of water retention. I think those are the things that your architect should know that is very, very important to us as residents, that we would like to see the minimum amount of water used to make it look as beautiful as possible, but with the least amount of water. So I definitely think that sometimes architects, like years ago, we had a city hall and we had boxwoods lining it, and it was so nice to see boxwoods on that 1800s house. Made me want to throw up every time I went over there.
I think boxwoods look good anywhere. They tend to really set the.
You like boxwoods?
I got them everywhere, yeah. I think they, if you go into like Versailles or France or any of these really cool Belgium, the boxwoods just kind of.
They almost make it like a maze. You don't like that so much? No? Okay.
No, but I do like vitae trees. If you will look, we have some beautiful ones right out. You can see out here. We have Dallas Red is a great lantana because it's nice and red. And if we only kept a red, white, and blue thing, and if you look, there's right beside the Davis Museum, there is a great big white crepe myrtle that when it's in bloom, it's spectacular, and it really does not offend anybody. Now, I understand that most people do not like crepe myrtles, but you can buy them in different sizes. You can get the barnyard crepe. But I really believe when y'all talk to your architect, the landscape architect, that should be a thing that should be major.
It's water.
Is the water issue, and
And
also the retention, some type of retention. I'm not sure what that would be, but considering that there's always water problems running down that way, I think there's something that y'all hopefully will address.
Thank you, Ms. Fox. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. That's good.
We do have.
And thank you for reminding everybody I'm old.
I'm sorry.
We do have that in the plan, water retention. We are going to capture that water.
Okay.
We're required to, but we looked at it for use of the irrigation and those things, because we're going to have
I think we,
irrigation going the other direction as well.
yeah, Texas or native plants would be good too, about freezes and droughts. This might be something to consider, but we were a little late. The landscape's probably something that's going to come in towards the end, but thank you for that.
Oh, one thing. When is the Liberty Tree going to be planted?
We're working on that right now. We're having a meeting on Thursday for X marks the spot, if you will. So we're going to try to get that in. We're going to do some dirt work to create the mounding that we need before we put it in place, so we don't have to ever touch that tree again. We want to, because we're pushing in the opportunity to plant it until.
Well, if it's what it says it's going to be, that's like an 800-year-old tree. So, I mean, it can live that long. So,
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Yeah, we're going to make sure to do it right. But yeah, hopefully by next week we'll have it in place.
Good to know.
Shall I move to item number 4? Is that okay? Okay. So the Montgomery County Development Corporation will receive comments from the public on the below listed items. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Persons wish to participate during the public hearing must sign up to participate prior to the meeting being called to order. Do we have anybody that has signed up for public hearing? No. Okay, so we'll move on to the next item, which is.
You have to open the public meeting and wait.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So we'll go ahead and open it for
Stay the time, 6:11.
6:11 and close it at 6:11.
Yeah, you can wait a few minutes in case anybody has something to say, but then close it, yes.
Okay. All right. So nobody has anything to say. We'll close it at 6:12. Then we'll move on to our special agenda meeting items, which is number 5, consideration and possible action on the quarterly meeting minutes of April 21st, 2026. Do we have any comments or changes on those minutes? Real quick, can I get a motion to accept that if you're willing?
The motion to approve the quarterly meeting minutes as presented.
Second. So it's been motioned and seconded that we accept the quarterly meeting minutes of April 21st, 2026. The motion is amendable, debatable, it requires a majority vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? We will go ahead and put those on to the record. Sign off on that, Ms. Diane, and see you at the end of this. Okay, item number 6, closed session. Montgomery County Development Corporation will meet in closed session pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code in accordance with the authority contained in A 551.1072 deliberations about real property. So we are going to go into closed session for just a brief period. We'll be right back.
I'm only watching.
in open session, and no determinations were made on the real property at 213 Prairie, so we are going to have to table that to our next meeting, as it looks like. Okay, let's see what else I'm missing here. All right, we are going to move on to item number 8, board inquiry. Do we have any inquiries from the board? Yes, no? Nothing? Okay. And items to be placed on future agendas? Crickets? Okay. Should we move to adjourn?
Yes.
Okay. Lord, everybody at once. Okay, all right. So everybody motion to, Dan motion to adjourn and Ryan seconded. Are you okay with that? Okay. So the motion second that we adjourn this meeting. All those it's amendable, debatable, requires the majority vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Okay, meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming tonight. We'll see you in July. Yes. Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's over? Perfect timing.
Just in time.
I tried, God almighty, I've been hauling ass.
I wanted to introduce myself, Ethan Brown, I'm Senator Coulter's office.
I tried, man.
You made it. Great time.
We just elected you, though. Yo, as long as I wasn't elected the president, I'm all right.
Well, I think that's the easiest job here. Everybody else is gonna work. All right.
Okay, brother.
They had me all fishback as I was leaving. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. I really do. Thanks for all you did today. That looks perfect.
Jeffrey?
Oh, sorry, did you? You okay? This side.
Yeah.
The map, we looked right on the ends, and what's in the
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, it's really, yeah, the mash or shooting if they are on the already.
Way to take care.
Okay, we're in where do we know?
Yeah, y'all visit with Kim.
Yeah, does it include some in Conroe or none?
Consider holders of that any of the roads, especially those towards like before. Obviously, you know, down 149, on one side of the road. Down the back, so she has pretty much all.
It's just.
And then,
The